Hello everybody. I am coming to you today with a video regarding PRK, uh, laser eye surgery. As far as I know, or as far as I've seen, there's not many informational videos out there regarding PRK, which should not be confused with LASIK or LASIK. I chose Surface LASIK, as they like to put it at the eye center that I'm going to. I chose this over LASIK because I cannot get with the thought of having a flap cut into my eye that can be dislodged at any given time if I'm smacked with a ball from a kid, or anything that could possibly cause the flap to dislodge. I can't. I just can't. Um, and so with that being said, I've been researching and doing a lot of perusing around YouTube to see how many videos were really out there recently of any PRK or Surface LASIK or LASIK type of surgeries, to see what not necessarily the success rate, but the aftermath of having the surgery. One of the things that I also noticed is that with PRK or LASIK, in most cases you're not seeing those people that have had either a moderate to severe correction that's needed. So I figured, why not make a video? I'm part of that group, moderate to severe. It may not look like it, but let's just say technology has done some really great things over the years. To start off, my surgery is in 3 days, on March 27th at 8:40 in the morning, and I am freaking out slightly, but I've done enough research to know, at least have a roundabout ballpark figure of what to expect. Well, first I'm going to run down the things that are pertinent to me and why I'm getting it. My prescription currently is a negative 8.25 in my right eye with a 1.25 astigmatism, and an 8.75, negative 8.75 in my left eye with a 1.75 astigmatism. Now, I say all that to say this. If I were to take my glasses off right now, I would barely be able to make out the word Samsung on the bottom of my tablet. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And it's not even a full 2 feet in front of me. My eyesight is really bad, and it had seemed to gotten worse the more computer use that I have, because I have a desk job and I work with computers. Of course, I'm in front of a computer all day, every day. So I felt that this was the best route for me to correct my vision in whatever instance, because it's already been told to me that they cannot get me to 2020, which is something else that's not necessarily mentioned in most of the videos. Not everybody can get to 2020 vision, and it's still a slight possibility that I could get 2020 in both eyes, but as of right now, they only said that they can get me to 2020 in my right and 2025 in my left. Because I'm having the custom view procedure, chances of that may vary. I may get to 2020 in this eye and maybe 2015 in this eye. Who knows? There is a regimen that you do have to start prior to getting the surgery. In my case, it was starting the lubricating eye drops 7 days before the surgery, or 7 days to the day before the surgery, I should say, 4 times a day. And then starting 4 days before the surgery, washing my eyelids, top, bottom, and eyelashes with baby shampoo, or scrubbing them, I should say. She said scrubbing. So I have been doing that, and it is a pain in the butt. I do not like dropping anything in my eye, but it comes with the territory. So the consultation wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I actually got 2 consultations before I came to the conclusion of with the clinic that I'm going to go to on Thursday. One thing I do suggest is that if the clinic does not dilate your eyes, question the reasons why they are not dilating your eyes. To be 100% honest with you, I went to the first one and they did not dilate my eyes, although they did use all of the different technology, the custom view, whatever they use for custom view, whatever the hell they use, I'm sorry, whatever they use, they put me on many machines, and it seemed as though they were as thorough as possible until it got to the point where they didn't dilate my pupils. And to me, I didn't think about it at the time because I was still somewhat excited to hear that I was eligible, but it makes sense after going to the second consultation as to why I chose not to go with the first. When you have your pupils dilated, it actually helps your eyes not to focus, and it helps them understand the highest possible correction it can give you if you're nearsighted. I'm not so sure if that's the same with farsighted, because it doesn't make much sense if you're farsighted to have your pupils dilated. Because from what I understand and from what I've experienced, you can't see anything here. You can only see it over there. Everything's blurry. And what's weird about my experience with the dilation recently, I've had my eyes dilated many times before. Excuse me, only lasted maybe 6 hours at most. This particular time, my eyes were extremely stubborn. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's the drops they used. I'm not sure if it's because they put numbing agents in my eyes before they actually did it. But my eyes did not take to the first dilation. So they had to re-dilate my eyes and wait another 30 or 40 minutes or 30 minutes to make sure that my eyes were dilated, or at least as dilated as they could be, for them to do the testing that they needed to do before I was leaving. Needless to say, they dilated the hell out of my eyes. It took 72 hours for my eyes to not be sensitive to light anymore, to not feel like I have to hold things 10 yards away from me, or having difficulty seeing anything in small print. It took a while. And in my opinion, it kind of made me think and somewhat put myself in the shoes of how it would be after the surgery. So that was actually pretty cool. I take that back. That was not cool. That was not cool, trying to work and drive and do everything else with the sun beaming dead in your eye like it is right now. This right here would have killed me. My prescription will be my prescription, not something that can be cookie cut into somebody else's eye. And that to me was more important than anything else, because I feel like my eyes and my situation are much more unique in this situation. As I stated before, my left eye it seems to be a problem in that runs in my family. Our left eyes are just not the best. So that's why I chose to get the Custom View PRK, or Custom View Surface LASIK. There we go. Anyway, it's definitely a good idea actually it's not a good idea, it's a requirement that somebody drives you there. And take that back. You can drive yourself there, but somebody has to drive you home. Absolutely have to. And you'll be having a follow-up visit the next day. You cannot wear makeup, eye makeup specifically, or your contacts or anything like that. Well, I'm sorry. Contacts you can't wear for 2 weeks prior to the surgery. Eye makeup and things of the sort you can't wear 2 days before the surgery. Hence the reason why they want you to wash your eyes with baby shampoo to make sure that it's clean and as sterile as it possibly can be, or as clean as it can be. My instruction was to do it when I wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night. Simple and plain. You won't be doing this again, or at least I don't know. I don't believe you will be doing any of the baby washes after the surgery, because you will have your prescriptions and eye drops and instructions on whatever it is you have to do. They do give you a list of, well, some places give you a list of the prescriptions that you will need prior to the surgery so that you can get it, whether it be pricing it, purchasing it, or just to make sure that you aren't allergic to any of the components in that medication. If they don't offer it to you, ask. I kind of wanted to show the thickness of my glasses, if that makes sense, because not too many people do that. And even though I have the thin lens treatment on my glasses, they are still, they're thicker than average, put it that way. I can't get the rimless, I can't get the rimless glasses, but you can kind of see I'm doubting that that actually makes a difference, because that actually means that I can see it, but maybe you can see it if you guys can see the thickness of the glasses based on the bottom of it. This is my left eye. This is the worst eye. And then this is my right eye. They look about the same because the prescription is very similar in both, but this bad baby right here, yeah, it's always been the worst one. People who have a higher prescription, if you get PRK or Surface LASIK, you will most likely be treated with, I believe it's mitomycin, which is, if you do the research, you'll find that it is actually a chemical that is used for cancer patients to help prevent scarring and amongst other things. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you any more than that. Google is how I found out. Google should be your best friend. So that is one thing to keep in mind. And because it's not FDA approved yet for this particular surgery, it has been known to help against hazing and or the development of hazing. I'm not looking too forward to, night driving and things like that. I'm a little worried about how the night vision is going to be, because I mean, even though right now I have what you would call glare, or I'm sorry, not halos. I do have glare. I wear glasses. They're going to glare. And I think honestly you're going to have glare. People who are 20/20 have glare. So it just depends on the windshield and what you have in front of your eyes. As far as the prescriptions, you'll have an antibiotic, you'll have a steroid, which you will end up using. That will be the most important. The steroid eye drops are going to try to prevent the scar tissue from forming over the treated area, thus causing a not a reduction but a regression of the prescription that they've lasered into your eye. They will offer you some sort of sedative, not necessarily to put you to sleep, but to put you at ease. So in most cases, it's like a Valium or whatever the other one is, I can't remember. And they offer this to you, they will offer it to you either before the surgery when you're getting the list of medications that you're going to have, or the day of the surgery, obviously. I opted for that because I am not the best when it comes to my nerves. I'll put it to you like that. I am a scaredy cat, and even though I'm doing this, and a lot of people probably wouldn't because they are too fearful, I feel that in my case, it is actually going to be more of a help than a hindrance. A lot of people say they smell their eye burning, and that is not always the case depending on the laser. From what I understand, my laser is a cool shot laser or something of that effect. There is no actual burning, which you smell. That smells something like burned hair or burned flesh or whatever burned it is. It's just burned. Whatever that smell is, it is not your eye, but the laser itself. You're not smelling it burning. That puts me at ease. At least I hope that's what they're telling me that for, because it'll put me at ease. With any eye surgery, it is meant to be permanent, but as life goes on, your body does things that it's going to naturally do with or without the surgery. For example, the need for reading glasses. I will, I'm damn sure of it, need something to help me reading by the age of 40. They say that if you start off nearsighted, chances are you won't need those reading glasses as soon as 40. It may actually be closer to 50. It just depends. I haven't seen anything set in stone on that, medically proven or anything like that. It's just this is something that I've read, and I can't really say it was a credible source, but in some ways it makes sense. When you have a higher prescription, they do recommend that you take vitamin C every day, at least 2 weeks prior, and a whole crap load more after the surgery to help aid in the healing process. Because there's so much tissue removed with higher prescriptions, you somewhat need that extra boost to help heal. So that or fish oil, I believe it was fish oil pills. I'm not going that route. I have vitamin C. That's what I'm going to use.